What's up, y'all? It's Leo, and I'm back with another video. You can see I'm in the car. I'm driving today. But before we get into the video, I just want to quickly say, if you haven't done it already, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new, welcome to the community. I really appreciate it if you go ahead and hit that subscribe so you never miss another video. Today, I just wanted to talk to you guys about having some flexibility in the middle of challenges. I just want to give y'all 3 quick tips on, from my life lessons, things that I've learned throughout life that have really helped me have that flexibility in the midst of challenges. And so the first thing is you gotta know your controllables. You gotta have an understanding on what you can do, what's in your control, and what's in the Almighty God's control. I apologize if it's too dark, y'all can't see me. I just would appreciate it if you bear with me, because I'm trying to run some errands, and y'all, my life is so busy lately. It's hard to get everything done, so I'm just trying to do a little bit of multitasking. Beyond that, though, back to what I was saying, you really have to tap into that understanding of what's in your control. And the things that I'm gonna give you some tips. So, like, something that I learned in the beginning of me starting a business, me planning out how I want to start a business. When I first started, I started in 2020, and I was starting with the idea that I'm going to start a tarot business. And it was going really good at first until it wasn't going good. And once it started going bad, it was just like nothing was working out. I was confused. I was lost. I didn't know what I was trying. I didn't know what the next steps were. And so, what I had to do was, okay, I'm not getting the same results. I'm not getting the same answers like I was getting before. And so I have to just pray about it. And that's what I did. I did a lot of praying. And I let those things go that was not in my control. What was in my control was the amount of effort that I kept putting in to learning about myself, to learning about subjects and topics that were important to me, that I knew that would apply to others, continuously investing in my own personal development, continuously investing in, putting out this information as I'm learning it, and letting that change however that was going to change. Also, some other things that was in my control was my own patience, having patience and understanding on where I was in life. Because at that time too, when I first was beginning to create the idea of starting a business, I was homeless. I didn't have a place to stay. I was house hopping. I was sleeping in my car. And so I just had that patience, that understanding, that kindness towards myself, and prayer. So those were some of the things. There were more things that I did. I can't remember off the top of my head. But those were just some of the things, that I would focus on instead of the things that were going wrong, the people that weren't viewing my content, the likes that I wasn't getting, the fact that people weren't paying attention, people didn't give a crap about what I was saying. I saw that stuff, but I didn't focus in on it because I can't control that. I can't control what other people do. I can only control my own personal development and making sure that I'm growing so that my content gets better, right? The next thing that I did, the next thing that helped me create flexibility in my challenges was really just coming from a place of prayer. One second, y'all. I gotta turn real quick. Let me hold on. Or you know, when you're like in a bunch of intersections and you just need a moment to make sure that you're good. Okay, let me just make sure I'm good. Okay, I also want to grab this book, my notes. The next thing was, keeping a positive outlook. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I forgot. I forgot what I was trying to tell you guys, but that was a huge thing for me, y'all. Keeping a positive outlook. If I didn't keep that positive outlook, I don't know how I would have just continued on the way I did. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not okay. Focus, right? I don't know how I would have kept on with the things that I was doing if I didn't keep a positive outlook. Now, I need to tell you, there was plenty times, y'all. There was plenty times where I broke down. I started crying. I was doing the ugly cry in my car. I was sleeping outside in the cold. And I was fighting myself. There was plenty of times where I had those moments, those conversations with God, where I was like, Lord, I don't know how I'm going to keep doing this, and I don't really want to keep doing this. I don't have the energy to keep doing this. Like at this point, all I want to do is roll over under some dirt, and I would just feel so much better if I wasn't existing. Like those are real conversations that I had with the Lord. Those are real feelings that I had with the Lord. And I'm sharing that with you because sometimes we feel like, oh, it's wrong that we feel like this, and we can't come to the Lord with these deep, heavy emotions. But that's exactly how the Lord wants us to come. I remember I'm thinking about when Jesus was going through his last hours, and he was praying, he was worried. He was worried. He was like all anxiety. He wasn't excited about, what was to come. And we even went up into prayer with God and said, Lord, if it be in your will, take this away from me. And he had those breakdown moments where it was like, man, I don't think I can go through this. But what happens in the moments when you come to God real, when you're just able to just be real, raw, authentic about it, is you let it all out, and then the Lord takes up that heaviness in your heart, and you're able to move forward, knowing that the Lord didn't bring you this far just for you to quit or stop right here. The Lord didn't take you this far just so you can give up. And so that's what really helped me keep that positive outlook, that positive perspective. I had my breakdown moments, I had my crying moments, and then after that, I was able to pick myself up and know that all of this is for a purpose. All of this is happening for a reason. And I can't give up now. There's absolutely no way I can give up. I'm crying now, but tomorrow might be the day that I get blessed, or I bless somebody else. And I want to also point out, in the moments, y'all, I'm gonna give you a real life thing that happened. This was recently. This was somewhere, I don't remember, somewhere towards the end of last year, between November and December. And I was stressed out. I had quit my job in August, and I had me a little bit of savings so I could put my energy full focused in my business. But my business was not going according to plan, right? Just like we said, when things don't go according to plan, how do we move forward? Things was not going according to plan, and I wasn't having any income coming through with what I was doing. And so I was stressed out, and I was even more stressed out because at that time, God had told me to quit my job. And I'm thinking, all I'm going to quit my job is just be full-time in business. Like, it'll be smooth. you know, because he told me to quit. Like, that's what that means. I'm going to have a good business. And, well, he didn't only just tell me to quit. He told me to quit, and he told me I wouldn't work another job. And so when I quit, in that time, I was just so stressed out. And I remember I had got my bills, and that specific month, I had ran out of all my savings, all my backup plans. So there was absolutely no way that I was going to be able to cover those bills. And it was the whole month of bills that I couldn't pay. I couldn't pay anything. So I got a whole month worth of bills that I can't pay. On top of that, this car that I just got not too long ago, the muffler is falling off now. And so now I have to find a temporary fix until I can get the money to be able to fix it properly. And I was just feeling so stressed out, y'all. I was just so heavy. And I just was like, why? I don't understand why I'm in this situation. Like, this is so hard. And, like, where's the money? You know? Where's the money? And I remember I was crying. I was being real to God. You know, a lot of times when I'm being real raw and authentic with God, I'll cuss. You know, I'm just having a conversation just like I have with you or any other person with God. And God knows my heart. God knows I'm cussing. It's because I'm in a frustrated space. If I'm cussing, I'm not cussing him out. I'm just cussing at the situation that I'm stressed out about, you know? And so I was being real raw and authentic about it. And it was like, you know, after I cried, after I did all of that, and I took the time to really just keep my mind open and like having a positive outlook. I found a solution. Two, I found a baby kitten that was roaming around for who knows how long and needed help. And so I was not only able to find a temporary solution for myself, but I was also able to bless another animal at that moment. And so that's why I just wanted to share with you guys, having that positive perspective on challenges helps so much, helps you just to even move forward. And then the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys, let me just check my notes to make sure I'm saying it right. Yeah. The last thing I want to share with you guys is just to know when to pivot. And specifically with this one, I think about well, sorry y'all, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out because this car just started going off by itself. Like, nobody touched it. That's so weird. But if you can get beyond, okay, it's gone. Anyways, okay. Know when to pivot. When I think about this, I think about the story of Joseph in the Bible, y'all. When Joseph literally goes through a physical depiction of what it's like to triumph through your challenges with the Lord. Joseph literally started at a neutral place with his family, and then he hit rock bottom, literally the bottom of a pit, and then he rose from the bottom of a pit. He rose from the bottom of the pit to a little higher than that, neutral, and then he hit low again, and then from low he went up to a state where no man could touch him, where he was just overall, you know. And so I'm pointing that out. Sorry, y'all. I'm pointing that out. Zane, can you cut it out? Cut it out. I'm pointing that out because, like, you know, if you think about your life, you know, life isn't linear. There's ups and there's downs. There's downs and there's ups. And a lot of times, all the time, down is going to come before the up, you know, as you can see with Joseph. He went down before he went up, and he went down again, and then he went up. And you have to expect that pattern and know that each time that you Each time that you fall is a sign that you're about to rise even higher, even higher. And so know when to pivot. Don't get too focused. Don't get too focused on that thing that's blocking you. Okay, don't get too focused on what you think is blocking you. Maybe if it's a brick wall that you can't break down, maybe instead of going through it, maybe you are to take a step back and see, oh, I could have just went on around it, you know. And I want to also point out the fact that this fact too, when I'm saying knowing the pivot, because you see, in that moment when Joseph was in his lowest, when he got thrown in that trench from his brothers, he didn't go down there because of himself. It was the people that he was around. It was his brothers that he was associated with that put him there. And so if you don't move, if you don't pivot, if you're not willing or able to, just know that God's going to move you. Because what happened, he was in that pit, but then his brothers sold him. God moved him to, what was it, Egypt? Or I think it was Egypt. Yeah. God moved him to Egypt. And then, yeah, he was a slave there, but he became favored. And so you have to know exactly when to pivot, okay? And I just wanted to share these things with you because these are life lessons, like I said, that have helped me in the midst of challenges. And I just hope that they help you also. And so that's all I have for you today. This is Leo. If you want to connect with me, if you have any questions, make sure you look in the description or the comment down below. Send me an email at connect@leotheline.com. Ask me any question. Send me a topic that you want me to talk about, and we can get into it, okay? I love you so much from the bottom of my heart. Look, I got to go into this Walmart real quick. I ain't never had no borax, but I'm trying to find some borax, okay? So I'm going to talk to you later, and peace out. I love you so much. Bye.